Hey guys. My name is Danielle Lynch.
I'm Charlie McCary.
And we wrote the music. Oh, we didn't write the music. We wrote the book and the lyrics for Near Death. That over there is our super awesome composer, Danny Ford. He's the best.
And our director is Ezra Errol, right in the audience.
Go, Ezra.
So, our musical is about a man named Tim. He's a very nice guy who just happens to collect souls for a living.
Yep, he's a Grim Reaper.
And he's proud of it, but Tim's world and underworld are about to be turned upside down when he falls in love with a human woman, Olivia.
And that is strictly against the rules.
So please sit back and enjoy Near Death, the Grim Reaper musical.
Thank you.
Near Death by Charlie McCary and Danielle Lynch, with music by Daniel Ford. Exterior, sidewalk, day. Another beautiful afternoon in the inner city. Tim, 25, walks down the street like the world is his own little dream cloud.
Nice weather we're having. Oh, afternoon, sir. Isn't it just a great day to be alive?
Thunder and lightning crash suddenly, only to immediately clear up.
Huh.
He grabs a bag of birdseed from a bench. Swarms of pigeons dart about to wherever he throws.
The sun is high in the sky, and I'm soaring just the same. The city is to blame.
The bag of seed lands on an unsuspecting passerby. The passerby is swarmed and attacked by the pigeons. He screams and runs off screen.
It makes me feel so alive. Flowers scent the air. It's like heaven on the pavement.
Tim notices an elderly woman standing on the street corner. He offers his arm and they begin to cross the street.
How are you doing today, ma'am?
This woman has every ailment in the world.
Oh, my hip hurts.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Tim lets go of her arm and wham! A truck hits her. Tim does not even look back.
The city is a symphony, my heartbeat leads the drumming. It's like laughing gases pumping into the city sky. Yes, it's a beautiful day to die.
He now walks behind a man whose wallet is about to fall out of his back pocket. Tim reaches out and grabs it.
Feels like disastrous acts could strike at any beat. But for today, I'm happy. Oh, sir, I think you may have dropped this.
The man turns. A roar is heard. A falling construction beam cuts the man in half. He is 100% dead, for sure.
Just walking on down the street, my heart's a hot volcano, and it's just about to blast. You may not know it yet, but today might be your last. This city is my baby, and gosh darn it, I'm her guy. Yes, it's a beautiful day to die.
People start to notice the accident and form a crowd. Tim lets himself disappear into it.
Someday the planets and the stars will disappear, and everything will turn to dust. Shifting tectonic plates will cause a chasm in the ground. All life will pour into Earth's crust. Now each individual atom will explode, creating a miniature fire bouquet, and any trace of your existence will be gone. But don't worry, that won't happen today, because it's diabetically sweet, so much to digest, puts my heart into a rest.
As everyone is distracted with the accident, Tim slyly slips the brake cables of a parked car. He walks away, whistling and nodding. He pulls out a checklist of names and makes 2 definite check marks.
Asphyxiatingly nice, takes my breath away on this deadly day. It's heart-stoppingly wonderful, hemorrhagingly bright. If I weren't 6 feet under, I could just die of delight.
Suddenly a car squeals by, brakes shrieking. The man being attacked by pigeons reappears. He runs screaming into the street. Crash! Tim looks down and checks off the last name.
Yes, it's a beautiful day to die.
We now see the paper fully. Its title is Death List. Exterior, outside cafe, evening. Tim, glum and distracted, checks his watch when wham! One of the waitresses, Olivia, hits Tim full force with a loaded tray.
Oh my God! What can I do? Paper towels? Do you...
Tim grabs some napkins.
Taken care of, it's completely fine. Don't worry.
Something to drink then, on the house.
She grabs a towel and wipes him down.
Actually, I think I'm just gonna go change my clothes.
You're right. Of course, well, tomorrow then. Please come tomorrow.
She pauses to look at him, then realizes that she has also paused in wiping him dry. She blushes and hands over the rag.
I'm Olivia.
Tim.
He offers her a handshake.
In fact, no. Not dinner. I'm gonna buy you a really special dinner. Now don't try and talk me out of it. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Meet me here.
It was direct as hell, but Tim doesn't mind a bit.
Yeah, tomorrow it is.
He smiles at her a second and then turns out the door, a skip in his step. Exterior, outside cafe, night. The light from the cafe pours out into the dark street. Tim, in the shadows, turns to look back. Inside, Olivia draws a picture on a kid's napkin. Tim smiles. Suddenly, his watch alarm beeps. Interior, Fate's office, evening. Tim sprints through the door of an office. The walls are covered in clocks and computer screens with live feeds to security cameras. His boss, Fate, a controlling man short of charms and shorter of temper, sits, tapping his fingers on his desk.
You're 5 seconds late.
I'm sorry, sir.
Tim, I don't think I need to tell you again that things work on a balanced schedule.
Yes, I am very aware, Mr. Fate, and I am
The
deeply...
balance of the world is in your hands, Tim. You are the crucial cog in the clock of time. You see these eyes?
Yes, Mr. Fate.
These eyes, Tim, they never sleep. I'm a watchman of the night, the evening, the dawn. You think, oh, fate won't notice. You think you're on some high horse, Mr. Tim. But I assure you, my horse is far higher and far more beautiful.
Oh, much, much more beautiful.
Tim hands over his death list in a manila envelope.
The deadline, Tim. And if you miss the deadline again, you're out of a job.
Fate, without looking, points at a pigeon roosting in the background. It bursts into flames and turns into a pile of ash, with eyeballs still blinking and looking around. Fate continues staring straight at Tim as if to say, "This is you."
If you mess with the deadline, the dead will start to rise. Won't that be a surprise? If you mess with the deadline, all humankind will fall. Won't that be a ball?
Ghouls and souls and fires await. Already heard this, I'm bored with this grim fate.
Fate swivels down large television screens to show Tim the possible destruction that the future might hold. In Times Square, zombies. On Honolulu, a volcano. In San Francisco, the fault line rips open and an enormous kraken comes out. Tentacles everywhere.
If you're seeking destruction, then by all means be late. Just don't blame it on fate. If you want Armageddon, then stay just where you are. You won't have to look far.
You're putting too much on my plate. My mind's too busy, hung up on this date. If I weren't late, wouldn't I be living? Let the earth burn for all the F's I'm giving. They say rest in peace. Well, here's a piece of a reaper's mind. I don't get paid, I don't get laid. All I am is half alive. Why won't you let me take 5? I don't care.
Tim backs off. Fate hands over a new manila folder and Tim leaves in a huff. Interior, Tim's room, night. Tim throws his coat over his shoulder and opens the door to his small, dark, one-room apartment. He flips on the light and flops his body down on the bed.
Olivia, 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 Olivia. Oh.
He drifts off to sleep, smiling like a fool. Interior, Tim and Olivia's separate rooms. Day. Split screen, Tim and Olivia wake up in their separate beds. They each start to get ready for the date, speaking to themselves, pantomiming the night as they hope it will go in their heads.
Hi, Olivia. You look beautiful tonight.
Oh, Tim, I'm so glad you came. You look wonderful.
I brought you flowers.
Chocolates for me? You shouldn't have.
Of course. Oh, please, have a seat.
Why, thank you. Oh, I just love this restaurant.
So tell me.
What do you do for work?
For work?
Tim is suddenly caught off guard. He looks around his room for inspiration and spies an old Fred Astaire poster.
Oh, I'm a tango instructor. No, a mango inspector. An inspector of mangoes? No. A manicurist. I train bears in acting.
Oh, a doctor. What a coincidence. I just received my acceptance letter to medical school.
You train bears too? Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, I do love art museums. Have you seen the new exhibit?
Oh, I hated it. To think that they tested those perfumes on baby animals.
Oh, you're so charming.
Your eyes are like oceans.
You know 14 languages?
Wow. You can read that sign from all the way over here?
Oh, yes. It is Lavender Breeze.
I do work out. Thank you for noticing. I'm having a great time.
Immediately cut to interior fancy schmancy restaurant, evening. Tim and Olivia sit across from one another, avoiding eye contact.
So, I was thinking of maybe getting some hors d'oeuvres. Maybe some of the crème de la crème of the soup du jour. Bonjour, monsieur. Je suis tout à monsieur, non?
Are you speaking in tongues? Is this a test?
What? No.
Wait, are you trying to judge my attractiveness according to whether or not I know any foreign languages?
Excuse me. Those are some bold charges.
Olivia stands up and walks away from the table, out the front door of the restaurant.
Olivia? Hey!
Tim gets up and follows Olivia outside. Exterior, sidewalk, evening. Olivia sits on the front step of the restaurant, looking off into the distance.
Hey, what's going on?
I guess I was trying to impress you.
That's okay. I mean, I was too. Did you see the prices at that restaurant? That guy next to us ordered the lobster, and I swear to God, I saw it move.
I know! They boiled those alive.
So terrible. Oh, hey, look! It's a McBurgerson's. Do you want to go get some slaughtered cow?
Whoa, 2 for $1 quarter-pounders? Why are we wasting daylight?
You can read that sign from all the way over here.
Tim looks at Olivia and smiles. Olivia grabs his hand, and together they sprint towards the processed meat. Interior, McBurgerson's, continuous. Tim and Olivia both talk to each other through full mouths, barely decipherable.
Oh my God! This is so good. There can't even be a chance that this is real beef.
Not a chance in hell.
Excuse me for a second.
Olivia stands up and walks toward the women's room. She gives Tim a smile over her shoulder and disappears around a corner.
Wow. Is this the start of my life? Happiness to claim, and Olivia's to blame.
He flops backward in his chair, making his manila folder fall from the inside of his sport coat.
Oh, damn, fate's gonna kill me.
He pauses for a moment, realizing the absurdity of what he just said. He opens the folder to see who he is supposed to kill. It's Olivia. All of the sounds in the restaurant disappear except a light ringing. A swarm of reapers appears from the shadows. They dance with dinner guests and frighten them.
Should I have known it from the start?
Now it's time to say goodbye.
But I don't wanna break her heart.
It's not your fault, she's going to die.
Will life and death keep us apart?
Oh yeah, you gotta meet the deadline. We're watching you till she's dead.
The reapers strangle a man with a curly fry.
Not even finished with this day.
Knew all along you couldn't keep her.
But I just met her, can it wait?
Can't fall in love with a Grim Reaper.
No time to put this to debate. I
Got her knocking at your door now. We're watching you till she's dead.
3 Reapers creep into the women's restroom where Olivia is checking her reflection.
It ain't a choice, the Reaper warns. Whether you end up with wings or horns, you push the daisies, bought the fawns. You've got no choice but to take my arm. Your mama told you, beware the dark. Beware the creatures lurking in the park. The chill of terror may bite your toes, but love will kill you, heaven knows. So fatal to flirt with death.
The stall doors begin to slam and the toilets grow teeth. The toilet paper from a stall forms a giant python. The sink overflows, dripping onto an electrical outlet. The danger looms closer. Tim is surrounded by Reapers, leaning close with anticipation. One massive Reaper approaches from across the room, carrying a red pillow like a ring bearer. On the pillow rests a glowing green vial of poison.
Someday we all must pay our debts.
Yeah, it's time for the collection.
I'll take my chances, no regrets.
Not a chance of resurrection.
So she can stay with me forever.
It's time to poison her affection. We're watching you till she's dead.
Tim opens the vial and pours the poison into Olivia's milkshake. The Reapers smile villainously. The restaurant is back to normal, as if nothing had happened. Olivia returns.
Hey, what do you say we get out of here? I know this really great little bakery. You alright? Come on, I'll show you my side of town. You'll really love it. Did I do something?
Olivia sits.
Oh, no, I'm fine. You should finish the rest of your milkshake.
Olivia smiles, grabs her milkshake, and slurps it down. Tim, looking defeated, never takes his eyes off her as she downs the poison.
Okay, let's go.
In the distance, we see Olivia start to stumble, then fall. Tim holds her up and continues walking. Exterior, Olivia's death sequence, night. Olivia's feet drag into the ground. Her feet begin to disappear into the dust like chalk against pavement. As she disappears, she turns her head to the side to see Tim is also dragging a large scythe. The scythe flashes in the moonlight, and suddenly, everything is white. Olivia sits alone in a white, infinite space. A small pigeon hops on screen, cooing. She turns to look at it. It spreads its wings, growing massive and dark, and then envelops her in them. Everything is dark. Olivia breathes heavily. We hear her heartbeat pounding. Then, suddenly, a light at the end of the tunnel. She goes running towards it. Interior, Tim's room, night. Olivia's eyes open and slowly things come into focus. Tim is looming over her, holding a flashlight in her face.
Good, you're awake.
Where am I? Who?
Olivia sits up.
What happened? Where am I? Did you do something to me?
Well, I mean, technically...
What did you do?
She suddenly sees Tim's giant scythe leaning against his wall and his little razor scythe on his nightstand.
What's that?
Okay, I am contractually obligated to inform you that you are now a member of the United Interworldly Corporation of Reapers. You must adhere to all rules, guidelines, and assignments with which you are allocated.
What are you talking
You
about?
have the right to kill
Slow
and then
down!
collect souls.
What?
If you do not choose to exercise that right, your position will be terminated indefinitely along with your soul. Look, I'm a Grim Reaper, and so are you.
Tim, you're really freaking me out. This isn't funny. I would have to be...
Dead.
And I'm not, so I guess we're in the clear and I can just get moving on my way.
Olivia, I'm serious. I put some poison in your drink.
You what?
I had to do it. You were scheduled to die, but I thought maybe I could fix it. I was supposed to kill you, but I turned you into a Grim Reaper instead.
I'm just going to admit that I think you're a bit delusional and head out if that's all right. Good day. Don't ever contact me again.
She turns to head out the door.
Whoa, Olivia, no, you can't leave.
Leave me alone, Tim.
Olivia bolts out the door and into a city that appears as if everything were being looked at through a spooky, haunted kaleidoscope. A man with 8 hairy, spider-like legs approaches. Olivia screams, stumbles backwards, and collides with a group of skeleton children playing hopscotch on the sidewalk.
Oh, hello there, nice lady. Would you like to play?
One of the skeleton children points at the hopscotch board and is suddenly surrounded by lava from the depths of hell. Tim appears behind her, looking menacing.
We need to go now.
No, get away!
He reaches out a hand and grabs Olivia.
Get your hands off me! Somebody help!
Tim turns full Reaper, a 9-foot-tall demon of darkness.
Be quiet!
Olivia gets quiet quick. Tim puts a protective arm around her.
It's not safe to be alone on this side of town. Let me show you around. I promise things aren't so bad around here.
Tim holds out a hand. He reaches down and lightly takes her hand, guiding her along the street. Exterior, afterlife streets, night, montage. Tim guides Olivia through the alleyways of the afterlife. A giant snake bus slithers by. The rows of seats on its back are full of ghoulish monsters enjoying a bus tour of the town. The snake has a giant headset near its mouth and speaks.
On the left, note the beautiful Gothic architecture in what is considered one of the most historical districts of the city. And on the right, the first McBurgersons in the afterworld.
They pass a candy shop selling live rats covered in marshmallows. Tim buys one for Olivia, but it moves and she freaks out. Tim grabs a handful of dead flowers from a window box and lightly blows on them. The color returns and they look somewhat alive again. He hands the flowers to Olivia, and when she holds them, they burst back to life, exploding with color. Tim hops aboard the snake bus and spends the next 2 minutes coercing Olivia that it is safe. She climbs on.
Next, we'll be passing over the river Styx. Everybody, please place 2 coins on your eyes. Otherwise, we won't be able to pass. Just kidding, we don't do that anymore.
Olivia laughs at this, smiling openly, wind in her hair. Exterior, hill, night. Tim and Olivia walk up a grassy hill under a cloudy but starlit sky.
This is my favorite spot. No one else really comes up here.
It's really nice.
You think this is good? Here, lie down.
They lie down together in the tall grass. Tim reaches up towards the sky and closes his eyes, concentrating. The clouds shift, revealing the most spectacular view of the Milky Way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Wait, what? Olivia, you can't. I mean, I can't. It's too late.
Can't you just zap me back? You've got powers.
I can't bring the dead back to life. Jeez, I thought you'd be a little more grateful.
Excuse me?
They both sit up.
Well, what do you expect? Look, I wanted to do you a favor. I thought you'd like it. I guess I was wrong.
Tim stands and begins to walk away.
Oh, and this is yours now.
Tim turns and pulls a large scythe from inside his jacket. He drops it on the ground and it glints in the starlight.
I gotta go. There's work to be done. But stay here. I'll be back.
He makes a large sweeping motion with his scythe. A tear in the atmosphere appears before him, a portal. He steps through it and it closes up. Olivia looks around for a moment. Suddenly, the marshmallow rat scampers out of the grass. She cringes.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Olivia stands up. She stares at the scythe, her reflection clear in the metal but fragmented. She picks it up and holds it firmly. She makes sweeping motions mimicking what Tim had just done.
Home! Home! The cafe!
Suddenly, the portal reopens. Exterior, streets, evening. Olivia stumbles out of the portal, dizzy with confusion.
This can't be happening. This can't be real.
She approaches the front of her old cafe. She walks up to the front door. There is a small flyer with a picture of her smiling face. It reads, "Come join us in celebration of the life of Olivia Jane Conway, daughter, sister, dear friend, co-worker. 3 p.m. at the Church of Our Holy Mother. All are welcome." Olivia stares at it, disbelieving. Interior, church, evening. Olivia stands before the large doors of the chapel, scared to go any further. Then she recognizes a voice from inside.
My sister Olivia was not average.
Olivia peeks quickly inside the doors. She sees her sister, Delilah, at the podium next to an open casket in the center of the church. It is her own body.
She was the type of person who could sense when the slightest thing was wrong, and she always knew how to make it right. She was the type of person to model your own life after. Olivia, I love you. I miss you.
Tim appears suddenly right next to Olivia.
Who's that?
Olivia begins to scream, but Tim clasps a hand over her mouth quickly.
Shh. This is a funeral. Show some respect for the dead.
How did you find me?
I figured you'd find it. Most reapers find theirs. Who's that up there?
My sister.
She's really pretty.
Yeah, she is.
You know, you shouldn't be here. But I'll let you stay.
Olivia gives him the cold shoulder.
Look, I know how it feels, but it's over.
I'll have to kill them all. I'll have to kill all the people I love.
Well, technically we do it in shifts, so it might not necessarily have to be you.
Why did you do this to me?
If it's okay, I think I'm gonna go wait outside.
Tim gets up and heads out. Olivia tunes back into her own funeral.
When we were 7, we both went sled riding. I went too fast down the slope and hit my head on a rock. I started to bleed. I could feel death's grip, I still remember. He was coming for me. But Olivia pulled me back inside, put pressure on my head, and well, she saved my life.
I saved her life.
Exterior, churchyard, evening. Olivia walks down the front steps of the church.
I won't let it happen again. Not once. Not even now and then. I'm taking control. Won't step into this black hole. There won't be another funeral, no, not today, not today.
Tim leans against the stair rail leading to the church's door, fidgeting. Olivia exits the church and comes up to him.
Okay, look, we need to talk about this. I understand.
I want to come with you. With your work.
Wait, what?
Olivia just stares.
Oh, that's great. Are you sure?
We start tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, great.
They confusedly part ways.
I can't believe it's happened at last. I can feel my heart beating so fast. It's a thrill, gives me chills down my spine. How has she fallen to my arms? And I'm beguiled by her charms. Have I found the one I love today?
Interior, Tim's room, various. Tim, over the course of a couple days, teaches Olivia the Grim Reaper tricks of the trade on a stuffed dummy. The noose, the tackle, the scythe sweep. She excels unnaturally well at each of them.
I won't let you step on my life. I'm not your wife. Let me go, let me live, even though life is over.
Tim, seeing the ripped, charred remains of the dummy, hands Olivia her scythe again, proudly. He opens a portal and they start their various death assignments. Exterior, various death scenes, montage. Tim runs, scythe in hand, sneaking through the shadows. Olivia runs behind Tim, foiling his plans at every step, but sneakily enough so that he never notices.
Like a paper horse drowned in water, pulled upon me to kill me, to cry me, to spill me, to slaughter. I won't let it happen again.
I'm collecting lives with Olivia. I thought I was alone till I walked through that door and realized I don't have to feel so dead anymore.
Tim pushes a woman down a flight of stairs. Olivia places pillows at the bottom. Tim doesn't notice. Tim balances a toaster above a man in a bathtub. Olivia drains the water just in time.
You say that you want me to kill, maybe I will. I'll just kill what's between us.
Tim places a black widow spider inside a woman's purse. Olivia slips a kitten inside the purse, which eats the spider and is infinitely adorable.
You have taken my soul and my breath. There has got to be some kind of life after death.
I'm collecting lives with Olivia. I thought I was alone till I walked through that door and realized I don't have to feel so dead. Just one swing of my scythe and I start to feel alive. Olivia, she'll be the one to make my death complete. Olivia. Olivia.
I want my life to
Tim climbs the side of a building where a grand piano hangs. He fills it with explosives and begins to saw at the rope. Olivia, far below, shoves a skateboard underneath of the feet of a man walking beneath. He escapes the gigantic explosion just in time.
No, I won't let you kill me again.
Olivia smiles. Exterior, rooftop, night. Tim and Olivia stand in the shadows side by side, watching as a crying man steps up onto the edge of a building.
What do we do?
Nothing, we just watch.
But don't we have to set something up?
No.
But
What is there left for me?
The man begins to lose his balance. Olivia steps forward.
What are you doing?
I can't just let him.
No! Wait, is this what that's all been about? Olivia, you can't.
I can't. That's a laugh.
Excuse me?
Nobody cares about me.
I've been saving them. And guess what? Nothing has happened. No chasms have opened. No demons have been unleashed in all this world. You don't have to kill these people.
Oh God, what am I doing?
You what?
Yeah. What you gonna do?
Olivia steps forward towards the man. Tim follows.
Are you happy now, Samantha?
Olivia, you do not know what you've just done.
Woe is me!
God, shut up! We're trying to have a conversation here and you're being very distracting.
Tim knocks the man off the ledge and onto the roof, saving his life. He stumbles, looks up shocked, and runs away crying. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake. End of Act 1.